aromatherapy is a therapy. It's a real therapy. You have to face some challenges, but you can also use them in a positive way. That's also learning by doing, by seeing, by feeling. It's not only reading. When you do a distillation, the first drop what's coming out is the most exciting, magical moment, the booming of the fragrance molecules. Be the professional, be yourself. Smell, smell, smell.
Hello, Joann. Thank you for joining me for this interview. I really appreciate it. Could you tell us a few words about yourself, introduce yourself, and then we will, I have some questions for you to inspire our community of aromatherapists, and to share your opinion in the field. Okay.
Now, Chris, first of all, thank you for the invitation. I really love to inspire other people who love aromatherapy, are studying it or work with it already. So hopefully we can give them some new inspiration for the next time. I'm Joanne Klein Wolterink. I live in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, with my lovely husband. And for over, I think, almost 30 years, I work with the aromatherapy. I start with a certified practice where I give sessions to individual clients. Also, I gave some courses. But after 15 years, there was a new time, a new path for me. And I'm a person who like and love to develop myself and everybody. So I decided to start with giving education about aromatherapy, about essential oils. I'm at the moment a scent developer for companies who want to use wonderful products just with the essential oils as ingredients or natural ingredients. And I'm a teacher, and I can't forget, I'm also an alchemist. That's also start with me. I love to take the fragrance molecules from the plant materials you can see it on my backside. Mm-hmm. It's my small 10-liter copper and alembic, handmade in Portugal. And
my dream.
Oh, yeah. Now, it was also my dream, Chris, many years ago. And you know already, but for who's listening now, since more than 20 years, I'm going to Turkey during the rose season, and with groups as well. We pick our own roses, we distill them in a traditional way into the essential oil and hydrosol, and you learn everything about the ins and outs of it. But anyways, 25 years ago, a wonderful wise man from Turkey, from that village, teach me year by year in the traditional distillation how to take over these fragrance molecules. At that moment, after a few years, I decided I can do it in Turkey, but why I can do it here in the Netherlands. So it's for me, I do research with it, but I also give educations in it. We here in the Netherlands, we can also make wonderful pine oil, or some people have wonderful rosemary or lavender in the garden, or melissa. So we do sometimes, not me, but also with the students, we are an alchemist. And do you know what I did last week? With a group of the neighborhoods, we distilled my Christmas tree. The silver spar, the silver fear. Yes, we did.
Reuse, recycle.
Yeah, and now we have the spray of it, and I have a little bit essential oil.
So nice.
So anyway, that's the alchemist in me. What also started after that 15 years when I work with clients.
When you were talking about rose, my memories went back to 2023 when we were together on the fields of roses in Isparta, and I remember everything. It was such an experience, and I always remember your words now when you were saying that you can't learn from books. Yeah, there is never never enough if you just read. You have to go and to touch the plant, to talk with the plant, to feel it. And this is, I think, some kind changed my life.
Yeah,
so thank you for that.
Wonderful to hear that, Chris. That's always, but maybe that's also my own experience. We learn a lot during our education. We are reading a lot, not only in the books, also on internet, and also from research papers. I don't know what you are doing, but when there is an oil, I always want, especially when there is a new oil, I always want to know the research results of it. But before you know, we forget the real connection with the nature. And in my opinion, when you combine all these knowledge, you have the total story of a plant. Yeah, I always say, when you touch a plant, when you smell a plant, when you feel really a plant, you have connection from soul to soul. And the only thing what we have to do is open our hearts and to listen to the story. And then you know exactly what the plants have give to us. The main message is for everybody the same. That's what I saw with the chamomile. That's what I saw with the rosemary. What I saw with the roses, of course, with the lavender. And yes, you can read everything in the book. But when you have your own experience, then you know much more.
Right. It gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, good. Yeah, exactly. And also what is really wonderful is when you have your own experience. And to be honest, I have the philosophy that we all know a lot of things. All the things we already know, but we don't know that we know it. It's inside of us. So if we take the time to listen to it and to listen to our inner voice, and also if you write down it, but I believe when you felt it, it's already in your whole system, so you never forget it. And if you read after that the books or the research papers, then you will understand. I have the same feeling, but now I understand because of this molecules in it, or this is what it's doing with the skin, etc., etc. All of us, we have a lot of wisdom. Our inner voice, our inner wisdom, and we have more than we know what we have. I really want to inspire other people that don't look only to internet and don't look only in the books or the research, but look also in yourself and connect real with the plants. Then you get all of the information. And you can learn it. If you think I can't do it because my intuition is not that good, you can train your intuition. You can do it day by day, every week. It's up to you. But when you're somewhere in the nature and you see a flower or you see a tree and you think, I smell something, follow your nose and touch it and take the moment to connect with it. And yeah, I for sure you will have a wonderful information. Still, I'm surprised.
You're so inspirational, and I'm pretty sure that you inspire your students and you inspire your visitors in Turkey, like you're doing it now with me and for our listeners. But I would like to ask, do you have anyone who inspired you in the very beginning? So how your journey in aromatherapy began? How did you start? Who inspired you? Or maybe what? Or maybe some situation or people? Can you tell a few words about that?
It was not a real person, but there were two things when I think, of course, the nature. The nature inspired me, and a book. And the nature, I think already it starts when I was a child, Chris. I had the chance to grow up in the east part of the Netherlands on a farm. And my father had a farm. And I remember that as a child, I was always outside. I was walking to the fields with the wonderful wildflowers. We lived nearby a forest, a little forest. But anyway, for me, when I was a child, it was a big forest. And when I saw the trees, only thing what I always remember is I was walking, I was running, I was playing in the fields, I was picking some wildflowers who had a smell, because at that moment I already loved the fragrance of the nature. I touch the leaves from the tree, I take some pine needles with me, and then I came home and the sun was shining, and I told to my mom, please, I need a bowl of water. I want to put all these flowers in it, and the sun is shining, and I want to put them outside, and for sure the water will take this wonderful fragrance, and then I can wash it. I don't know how I knew it, but that was just what I did as a child. And I remember when I did my study, my mother told me, yeah, Joanne, you are doing the same now as what you did when you were a child. And so that's, for me, it was always that way. But it took a long part before I started with studying the aromatherapy, because I followed studies. Everybody told me, Joanne, you have to study the chemistry. You're very good in it. And I said, oh no, that's not what I want. I don't want to sit in a laboratorium and to do all experiments. I want to go outside. I want to take care about people. So maybe strange or not, but I worked and I did a study for a nurse, and special for the elderly people, to take care about them. So I had different kind of jobs in it, and then I realized I want to do something else. I lose the contact with the nature. The time that I followed my study for my practice as a massage therapist and coaching, we had also an introduction about aromatherapy. And it was necessary before that introduction to read the book. And I'm not sure if that book is in English, but when I translate it to English, the name of the book is Touched by Sense. And it's from Judith Jackson. And when I read that book, it was about massage and using aromatherapy and essential oils and how good it is. And when I read that book touched something inside of me. And at that moment, it was like, yes, I know what to do. I have to go on with the essential oils. I can go on with the fragrance from Mother Nature. I never realized how to do it, but that was the moment that I realized this is what I have to do. I have to use essential oil in my therapy. It's good for skincare. That's what you know, Chris. You are very good in for the skincare with essential oils and aromatherapy. So I decide when I finish this university, I want to go on and want to specialize in aromatherapy. And of course I did. I did a study for aromatherapy when I finished the other university, and that was almost 30 years ago, Chris. And I think, if I'm right, I'm almost one of the first aromatherapists in the Netherlands, and start with a certified practice.
Do you understand how lucky you are that you have this, that you have discovered your past? Because unfortunately, not every person have this in life, like when they came to something and they understand, oh, this is what really I belong to and I have to do it, and they touch my souls and like nothing else I need. I think it's so beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that I have this kind of feelings and that I listen as well. And to be honest, what you're telling now, that's also the main subject. It is still this main subject in all my sessions, what I gave to my clients. Everybody deserves to follow their heart. Everybody deserves to hear the voice of your inner, from your heart, from your soul. And sometimes it's really difficult. Also, I'm a person, I had also terrible things in my life. And then I really forgot to listen to my heart, and my head is overrolling. I'm really honest in this. I'm also a person. So it's not every year, every day that I can do it. But if you had a chance and you listen to it and you follow it, even if it's difficult, because sometimes you have to change a job or a philosophy or your meaning or whatever, but that makes you so powerful. The power of the essential oils are a great inspiration for me as well, even after 13 years.
It is exactly. I know we can talk about essential oils forever.
We never can stop. It's always so good to hear different kinds of experience.
Yes, attitudes, experiences, and the good part is more and more research is coming, and it's also interesting to share what we have heard, learned, and now we also for Russian aromatherapists we doing translation of international journal magazine Aromatica, which is launched by our colleague Gergely. Every article is so inspirational, and it gives so many hints and new information. It seems like you knew everything, but when you read some other's approach, you can just look at from the other side and say, oh, exactly. But I never thought about that, but it could be like this. So it's really good to share opinions, to do trips together, meet each other, even in Zoom. But in person, it's the best.
For sure.
If we talk about difficulties for modern aromatherapists, what can you name? What obstacles you can see now that people either who come into profession or who deal with essential oils for ages, what obstacles they have now?
In the first place, I think the overwhelming of information, studies, online courses, and the word aromatherapy, what is used for everything and everything. I think if you really want to be serious in the aromatherapy, then you have to follow the path of the real therapy. Aromatherapy, in my opinion, is much more than only a nice fragrance, a nice smell of an oil, or using as a wellness, or put it in a wash powder, or making hand soaps, what is just 0.1% essential oil maybe and 99.9% synthetic. And that's a real challenge for the consumer, but especially for us as aromatherapists or for us as teachers as well. There is a lot of misinformation in the world. That's also wonderful, the development of the technology. Also with ChatGPT. I don't know if you tried it, Chris, but sometimes I try. And I'm really laughing about the answer what ChatGPT is giving to me. What are the best options when I have a flu, for example? And please, listeners, try out and see the stupid things what ChatGPT can give you. Also, at the other side, there is wonderful inspiration from ChatGPT, what is correct. But be always aware that, that there is a lot of misinformation on the internet. Also, what I see is that it's on internet, it's a lot of copy paste. So the same articles are going on and on. But when I see the articles or when I see the benefits, then I think this is not correct. Even for me as a teacher, I have also to struggle with it. So the challenge for all the aromatherapists is have a good education and spread it around your profession that aromatherapy is a therapy. It's a real therapy. It's not a wellness. Of course, you can use essential oil for wellness and well-being and for good moods as well, but it's a real therapy. And if you have the good education, if you are certified or if you are connected with one of the worldwide organizations, then you can also show to the consumer, look, I did a study for 2, 3, 4, or 5 years, or my background is a nurse, or I'm a physiotherapist, or I'm osteopath. I have more than only the aromatherapy knowledge. And I'm for sure this is one of a big challenge for us as aromatherapists to stand up and to spread out our profession and that we are here and that we know what we're talking about. That's one of the things, in my opinion. That's my philosophy. You always find the good things at the right moment, and sometimes you have to start with your first step. If you don't know how to follow your heart because you couldn't learn it, or you never had that kind of experience, or nobody inspired you anyway, there can be a lot of reasons for it. You will start with very basic things, and then you go step by step, and for sure, once a time, there will something touch your heart, your mind, your soul anyway, and you will go that way. You have to face some challenges, but you can also use them in a positive way.
Yes, and if consumers will use essential oils for well-being, they also will be receiving some therapeutical effect.
Yes.
So the thing here is just to spread information that it's not innocent, that you have to know the dosage, that you have to know how to deal with it. So and you have to go to therapists, aromatherapist, and ask what to do with that.
It's the safety way of using essential oils in your daily life. And it's the most important thing for everybody, also for consumers. I don't know how it's going with you, but I heard a lot of my students when some tips on internet are giving a misinformation from how to use essential oil. And if we put essential oil in a bath, just pure, it can burn your skin.
Yes.
Nobody knows that you use 100% essential oil, and I say that's impossible to use it on your skin.
I was lucky enough to first have education and then to use essential oils for myself, or maybe wise enough.
But there is another point, in my opinion, a challenge, the quality of the oils.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real challenge for all of us as aromatherapists, because there are wonderful essential oils in the world, but there are also a lot of not that good quality of oils in the world, or adulterated or mixed or with synthetic or anyway, or sometimes they blend from different seasons oils together, and then you mix soils together and years together anyway. That's also a challenge for every aromatherapist, and in my opinion, how better the quality is of an oil, how better the result is.
Exactly, yeah. And for some countries, there is no legislation or there is no rule how essential oils should look like and how it should be created. It's the case for Russia, for example. So you can buy essential oil even in the pharmacy. And this is the worst quality of the oil, because it has just isolates and it has some dilution, and it's not good for aromatherapy, and it's just a waste of money.
And that's what I mean with the quality of oil. As an aromatherapist, there is a real challenge for you to be sure that you have a quality oil. Even for me, after 30 years, it's sometimes difficult. There are some basic steps to follow to be as sure as possible, like, do you know the botanical name? What is on the etiquettes? Is it real, the oil, what you think? Is it 100%, or is it what you say, is it diluted? There are many oils, what you say they call essential oil, but when you look to the ingredients, you see it's diluted. But then you have to look very good, but that's not what we want as an aromatherapist. So you have to open your eyes, but also you have to open your nose. When you smell an oil, and when you do it very deeply, but you can train yourself in it, then you can smell if it's good or not good. But you have to train yourself. You have smell synthetic oils, you have smell different kind of qualities, and after what you know when you smell, it's in your limbic system, you plant a new anchor. So when you smell the next time, you know, oh, but this oil is not good. It's just training also for yourself. And when you buy oils, you can also ask how did you do the production? Do you have analysis of it? And especially from very expensive oils, there can be oils with the most mistakes. So also, if you have the chance to visit a distillery when you are on holiday, do it, see it, listen, smell, and also because I remember more than 25 years when I was in Turkey, at that moment there were almost 20 different rose distilleries. To be honest, I smelled 20 different kinds of rose oil, but there was one factory for me what had the best oil from all of the producers in Turkey. So still I going around and smell the several oils of the producers. But yeah, when you can do the same process, but you can do maybe a little bit different or use the flowers a few hours later, or the land where they're growing. It can be high in the mountains or lower. It can be a little bit different in the fragrance of the oil, but the quality is still good. But it's who you are as a person, which oil connect with you. So smell.
I must say, go to aroma tours and to see with your own eyes how the plants picked, how they distilled, how the production looks. That would be perfect blend, right? So you saw the plant itself, you saw the factory or the production unit, you saw the process, and then at the end you saw the oil or hydrosol. So this is the best blend that for you to be sure this is the true oil, that this is the best quality oil.
For me, it's easy to go to France, to the region of Provence for the lavendel fields. I did it once a year. I was there 3 weeks, and what I did when I was a child in the fields with the flowers, I did there in the fields with the lavendel. I was jumping and dancing in the lavendel fields, and I visited different kinds of companies and distilleries, and I was on the tractor with one of the men, and I loved it to see the whole process. Of course, from the books I know the process, and from the roses I already know them more than 25 years. But from the lavendel, I never have seen it, so it was a lucky moment for me to see that, and it's another feeling. It's a little bit another process, but it was so wonderful. So if you have anyway the chance to do it, do it.
Even if it's just you go to see the rose production, then you have an idea of what questions to address to producers of the oils when you buy, for example, eucalyptus or rosemary, because you saw the process and you know the small little things that other people who learned from the books couldn't even imagine, because you were on the field, you were on the factory, and it's different story. But for me, and of course, here in Serbia, I visited all productions I could find. I visited productions in Turkey with you, and we're going to do it again this year. And we went to Crete. For Crete, we had more exploring the island thing. So we didn't distill much, just hydrosol, but we were hiking and looking for endemic plants and to see how they look in nature and where they grow, to have an idea of what qualities and what properties they have.
Yeah, it is also a very good experience. That's also learning by doing, by seeing, by feeling. It's not only reading, it's all of it. And when you do it in this way, Chris, in my opinion, everything is settled more and more. When you see things with your own eyes, that's also the reason when I give courses here in the Netherlands about essential oils, there is always a day that we go out with my copper and kettle, that we will harvest something, and that you can see, not only see, but that you have the feeling of harvesting, distillation, and the end product. And maybe you remember when you do a distillation, the first drop what's coming out is the most exciting, magical moments. The booming of the fragrance molecules, the drop what you can see, the sound what you hear. It's still, after several times what I'm doing, for me, it's also still, that moment is...
It's magical.
Yeah.
It's a
really magical. Yeah, that's chemistry. That's really chemistry. That's one of the part. But also when you walk in the nature, when you see the nature, when you compare it also with different countries, where you see rosemary, for example, or where you see the lavendel in different countries, it can be all the Lavandula angustifolia. But the end product, the essential oil, in France or in Turkey, they have it as well, Bulgarian, there is a small difference in the fragrance of it.
What's your 3 favorite essential oils? I know it's a hard question.
Yeah, it's a very hard question for me, you're right.
But could you name 3 that are always with you, that you cannot imagine yourself without having them in your boxes?
Oh, that's really hard for me, Chris. You know, there are more than 100 essential oils in my box. Oh, now, first of all, rose oil. I can't without my rose oil. And then special the Turkish rose oil. They are the angels for me. They are my inspirator. They are my mother, my friend, my goddess, my teacher, my lover. I want to say my rose oil is everything for me. I never use it pure with me. I always make like a roll-on, and it's always in my pocket, in my handbag, or even where you look, there is rose oil. The other one, what I always take with me, is lavender. It's maybe very common, but for me, the lavender is for me the blue miracle friend who always, special when I travel or when I give trainings outside of my house, who stop my talking minds, who give peace in my restless body and mind, and all the impressions from a day. Yeah, without lavender, I think I can't sleep, but that's just in my imagination, I guess. And lavender is also for me very important when I travel in a bus or in the train or in the plane. I'm very sensitive for all energy, but also for all fragrance around me. And lavender, when I put it on my blue smile scale, even if I do it in my hair, there is like a blanket around me, and it blocks the rest of the fragrances, because that can hurt me a lot and gives me headache. So I can't without lavender. So you find lavender everywhere, here on my office, next to my beds, also in the kitchen, because sometimes I burn my skin at the oven, and then I put lavender on it. So in several ways, lavender is my big friend, my purple miracle.
Mm-hmm. Mine too.
The third, yeah, you too? Yeah, I know. There are some people, they hate lavender, but luckily there are other essential oils and they can do the same. So that's the wonder of Mother Nature. The third one I always take with me is mint. Mm-hmm. Mint is good to clear my head, especially when I'm in warm climates. Special for when mosquitoes, I don't know, but they love me so much. So I don't know why, but I think my blood has something special. So when they hit me, I always use it also in a roll-on. And when I use the roll-on with mint on my skin, it calmed down everything. So that's really nice. Also, when the traveling, when it makes a little bit in my stomach not feel well, then I use it or I smell it, and then I feel also it will calm down. And with my age, it's good for the flushes, so I love it. So I use it the last 5 years. Also in my pocket, everywhere where I go, I have a little pocket with these 3, to be honest. And sometimes I take a special blend with me, because it's just for my personal. If you know how to use it on a clinical way, That's so important in my opinion. Then you know what to do when a herpes on your lip or your nose starts, or when you had pain in your teeth or ear, or I was also a professional for wound healing. I worked together with doctors and specialists, but I did it in a natural way with essential oil. Now, most of the time with hydrosols and clay. But when you know how to do it on the clinical way, and you combine it with the energy way, with the mental way, then your therapy will much go deeper in it, or you can use it on different kind of levels. I found out when you combine all these things, I say when I was with wand healing, the clinical part, it's not what I did only what's good for the wand, but I was also looking to the person, who are you and how is it for you to have this wand, and I always add something extras for the mood, for the mental, for the spiritual part. There is a difference in the end result. It's getting quicker, the sessions, or I don't know. You heal on all the levels. I think that's the best way to say. You heal on the physical way, you heal on the mental way, and you heal on an energy way. And it's up the person in which way it most needs. That's maybe also the challenge for all the aromatherapists. It's not only smelling, it's also that you know what you are doing, that you have knowledge about the body, about the blood system, about the skin, about the mental, the psychology, that you have a basic knowledge about all these things, because you're working with human beings. So you have to know these kind of things.
That's the beauty of essential oils, that they give this holistic approach, and they allow us to work on the different levels, even with one oil.
Maybe the last 15 years, I did more research and study in what essential oils are doing for the mental care. And I work a lot with hypnotherapists, and I give a special study how to use essential oil during the hypnotherapy sessions, because hypnotherapy is also that you are using your limbic system, and that's also what aromatherapy or essential oils are doing. And it's so great to combine it. When you use the fragrance as a therapy just by smelling, and you can do a lot of things. You can heal also emotional problems. Only you have to know how to do it, and whatever. So it's so, for me, when I found out that essential oils are much more than only using in bath, in products, for wound, the clinical parts, but also for your mental part and healing mental part and energy part. When you combine it, it's so great. It's so great.
In this sense, maybe you can share some of your favorite success story from your clinical therapy with the essential oils, or maybe healing mentally story, just from your practice.
Still, what I remember, there came a lady from middle 40 years in my practice, and she had a tough year behind her, so she wants to know the way to relax more. So she came for massage, but also for a coaching. She wants to refine herself after that period. I give her 2 or 3 sessions. And at the end of I don't remember if it was the 2nd or the 3rd session, but when she came from my treatment table, she was sitting and she asked me, Joanne, I already knew 7 years ago she had breast cancer, and one of her breasts they have to take off. And she asked me, Joanne, I have so much pain on my scar. It's hit me. It feels not good. And I told her, yes, I think I can do something for it, but may I have a look? And because it's very emotional. Okay, it was 7 years ago, so she didn't came for that problem. So I told her when I saw the scar, I said, okay, it looks a little bit thick. It's a little bit red. Yeah, okay. What I can do, I can make a nice aroma blend for you. So we make a blend together. I know for a scar, when it's an old scar and when you have problems with it, you can make a combination of cedarwood and geranium bourbon. You can make a combination of it. It's really helpful for people with an old scar who hurts. And I put something extra in it, an oil which she really loves. I make a combination for her and I explain to her how to use it. Use it every day, twice a day. It will be the best to give a little bit attention, to give a little massage. And I was also thinking that must be hard for her to touch yourself and to realize that what happened 7 years ago. She told me that it was okay for her, but anyway, I put, of course, a little bit rose oil in it because she loved that oil. And I think for self-care, for self-love, she deserved this wonderful oil. And maybe I put something else, but I forget it. Anyway, she used that oil. 2 weeks later, she came back for a session and she told me, Joanne, what a wonderful oil is this? And it helps. Look, she showed me, look, it looks much better. It wasn't red anymore. And she said, it's not so painful anymore. And I told her, okay, great, go on with it. And when your bottle is empty, please let me know. We can fill it again. And I think after 1 month, of course, the scar was still there. You can't help it, but it feels normal as a normal part of her body, she told me. And I think time by time she called me, Joanne, I love this oil. It's not only for my scar, but can I use it for my whole body? So after a special scar oil, I made a special body oil for her. And that was one of the moments that I really make the combination of a clinical work with aromatherapy, the problem of the painful, the redness and the thickening of the scar, but also her emotional part from the last years, but also what happened maybe 7 years ago. I was looking to her as a personality. Who are you? What do you love? And we create together. I didn't make it. We make it together with the oils what I had, and I give it to her. And sometimes I change a little bit the formulation, and she loved it. And that was for me a moment to realize that it's not only the physical part what you do. I change complete my sessions, and that I decide that I want to go deeper in also the emotional and the energy level.
Wonderful story. Yes. For when you realize that, like you saw the real proof how people can change mentally, how calm they can start feeling themselves, and when they give more love to themselves. It's beautiful. We don't go to further questions except the one about future of aromatherapy or phytotherapy or naturopathy, because I really want to hear what you think about this, what trends you can see, where we are going with it.
I see a trend of that more and more people are using a holistic therapy worldwide. People want to know. Now, people are taking more serious care about themselves, about products, what they are using, what they are eating. So that's a big trend. What I see, that's not only what I see, but that's also when they do research, what's worldwide they see. People are open for natural products. So I see there are a lot of chances for all of us. What I also see is that there is a lot of people who want to do self-care, but I think aromatherapy is there a quite good instrument for it. So it's for us as aromatherapists that you can give your clients advice or give consumers advice or do special trainings for aromatherapy and skincare or aromatherapy and energy level. Yeah, the other trend we already discussed about it is the quality of products and quality of oils. how bigger the market, how bigger the products, how more products, how often I see that the quality is maybe not always good. So more companies are coming with products. So there is the challenge for us as aromatherapists to take care about what we buy. I also see a lot of education is coming up, but in a good way. There are more and more certified educations, seminars. When I compare with 30 years ago, Chris, for me, there was not that much for follow-up. Aromatherapy was quite new here in Europe. When you compare it 30 years ago, there is much more education, also good and professional education, certified education, organizations for aromatherapists worldwide. Yeah, you know, consumers want profession. They want qualified therapists, but not only them, also the doctors, the specialists, the hospitals, they also want it. So it's so important that you have good education, that you are a member of an association worldwide, because then you give trust to the consumers, but trust also to the whole healthcare community. But not only education, you already start with magazines, that there is more information, there is more research coming from essential oils. The safety part is still so important, and I really appreciate what Robert Tisserand is doing. He's also doing very good worldwide in the field of the aromatherapy for the safety part. He has so much knowledge. Even I learn a lot from him, and we need this kind of people. I see a wonderful development, but at the backside also commercial things are coming, but that's okay. That's okay. If you know what you're doing, and when you are do your education, you know what to do. And I always say, because this kind of trends, read about it, look to it, and do what you have to do. Be the professional, be yourself, go for your specialism, spread it out and write it out or in your way.
I just came to an idea, to the conclusion that these trends are created by ourselves. Yes, the more information that we spread around, the more people will listen. Aha, there's something in this. I'm gonna also deep into it. And there are some people that hear from him or her, and this is how we create our network. And trends. So this is also up to us what to tell people, what to present in communities. I love that idea.
It's already a trend maybe from the last 10 years that people are more involved with the nature, take care of Mother Nature and the planet and the people. And you see it back in all the products. Big companies, they need the certification that they take care of the law of the hygienic, that there is no children work. Every level you see there is more responsibility for people and planet. What I see in the Netherlands, but I think it's in whole Europe, whole the world, that makes also that we want to use more natural products. And natural is not 90% synthetic and 10% natural, but it's the opposites. But yeah, the communication about this is a challenge for all of us. It's also for the big companies who have real natural cosmetics certified as well. You know the rules for cosmetics. It's horrible, and even if you just use 5% organic products in it, you can give it the name as a natural product, but the consumer not always knows the reality. So it's also to us that we communicate, that we show how you can do it in another way. Or for me, it's always the trigger to be alert and to be authentic and spread it out. What is your philosophy?
And I would also like to invite people to join your aroma tours in Turkey, to join our tour that is coming this year, to go to the fields, to pick the rose by yourself, to smell it, to know how to pick it correctly, to be in this circle of women. When you are communicating with the rose for the whole day, you like really go deep into yourself and you feel yourself in different dimension, I would say. And it's an interesting experience. And I wish that every aromatherapist or even every woman could try it and to see herself.
And even men also love this kind of experience.
Yes, because we are dual persons. Each of us has the masculine part, feminine part. It's just,
exactly.
But I think that today women need rose because we often forget about feminine part because, the life is stressful. We have wars, we have immigration, we have children, and we have to keep ourselves strong. And this is where our masculine part goes. Rules. But we also, it's important to sense and to give away to our feminine part. And this is where the rose, in my opinion, really helpful.
I agree, Chris, completely. She is the inspirator for us women to see and feel our own women energy. She will bring back, you bring back home.
I like that you say she, you address her to a woman as well.
Yeah, I did. And for me, everybody is talking about the queen of the flowers. And I don't like it. I renamed her and I talked with her if it's okay or not. And she agreed. She is for me the goddess of the flowers. When you talk about a queen is on a statue. Mm-hmm. And a queen makes distance. But a goddess, she is next to you, in front of you, behind you. She's everywhere, or she is you. She's your friend. Yeah? What I talked about when one of my oils, my favorite oils, the rose oil. She is your friend. She is your mother. She is your teacher. She's your inspirator. She's like a mirror. You have to look in it and see who you are. And she is a blanket. She gives you love. She gives you warmness. And that's what a goddess is doing. And the queen is a little bit more the distance. So I renamed her. For me, she is the goddess of the flowers.
I also feel Rose as an aura, that she spread the scent around you and gives a little of shield, or I would say some aura for you. And I'm gonna smell my rose now.
yeah, do it. From
when
Turkey.
we finish, I'm going to smell it.
Yeah, the Turkish rose.
Of course, I still have. I still have it. I'm looking forward to have fresh ones this year. Joanne, thank you so much. It was lovely and inspirational, and I don't want to stop. And I hope to see you really soon in person and to hug you and to share more thoughts on rose and aromatherapy.
Yeah, now Chris, thank you. It was a wonderful talk. And yes, I'm also looking forward. It's just a few months and then we see each other live. Maybe also other from the listeners now. Everybody is more than welcome to have their own experience with roses. But anyway, thank you so much for the time and to share our ideas and feelings, and hopefully many aromatherapist or students are inspired now, and then maybe it's just one thing that's already enough.